Aiden remembers his mother eaten by his stepmother. Can you believe that? Oh man. And his stepmother is from Maryland. Because I'm trying, even though, like, the way Aiden carried on with it, for someone who has read the manga, the amount of destruction he did. And actually, you know what? To think back right now, Aiden was not really going for any other country except Maryland. His word genocide is not really on any other country. He wasn't looking on attacking any other civilization, because as long as they are not, they didn't align themselves with the Marylands, right? Because I kind of want to bring or put another perspective to all of this, right? And you can feel free to share your thoughts. I want to put another perspective to all of this. Aiden, because we hear, or the way we see it, oh, Aiden is gonna do a world genocide. He's gonna kill everybody. He's gonna kill the whole world. But in actuality, to him, the whole world, okay, the whole world to him is Maryland, right? That's his whole world, is Maryland. Like, I'm not sure if you guys get what I'm trying to say. Although he said, although we know that Aiden is about to commit a world genocide, but his world genocide isn't on anybody else, only the Marylands, because they were the one that did a lot of crazy stuff to his people, right? You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. Him saying, I'm going to bring a world genocide, I'm going to destroy all of you, technically he doesn't mean, or he didn't mean, any other civilization. The only, I keep saying this because it just hit me just now. It's only Maryland's that he wants to destroy, and any country or anyone that is in line with the Marylands, fighting with the Marylands, he would destroy them as well, because hey, right? So his whole world genocide then, which is why people hate him, because he has become a villain, right? And which is the reason why some of us, if not most of us, are judging him the way we are judging him, that he's a bad guy, he's this, he's that. The way he's carrying with his vengeance is just word genocide. You can't commit a word genocide. It's not okay. It's not all right. This is a word genocide that he's committing. But in actuality, he's only attacking the nation that attacked them, or attacked his people. Am I wrong by saying that? If we look at it technically and factually, if I said that word correctly, factually, his focus is actually the Marylands. Now you can say, well, it's because everything ended on the Maryland soil. Had he finished up Maryland, he would have continued destroying everyone. I don't really think so. I don't think so. I don't see it that way. I don't see it that way, which will also make sense to this stream, why I'm doing this video. Because when they got to Maryland, right, he saw the discrimination and everything. He went to this child's camp and saw how much they're going through, what is going on, how they're living their lives, right? So I don't think his word genocide meant that he's gonna kill these poor people. Now, when we get to part 3 of season 4, this little camp right here, I believe for someone who has read the manga, I know what is going to happen, and I don't want to ruin it for you guys that haven't read the manga, but I'm sure even if you haven't read the manga, I am sure that you must have heard couple of stories on what is going to happen in the end. I'm sure, even if you haven't read the manga, I'm sure that you've heard stories on how the ending is going to go. So, which is the reason why I'm going to give a little bit of an Easter egg right here. Now, this camp, Erin seeing this camp, I'm expecting because on the manga, something happened to this camp. Now, I'm expecting Aiden to, after watching all of this, to kind of pay attention to it, not to destroy. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna say it. This is an Easter egg. If you want to skip this part, skip it. And I'm gonna say it. It's no longer an Easter egg, but from what I saw on the manga, Aiden did not care even for this little camp. He took everybody out because this camp is literally, you can say that it's what is it called? Uh oh, I'm forgetting the term. Let me just say that it's a camp that they're using to keep they will probably call these people war criminals, right? But they are not. But these people here, right here, it's I forgot the name of it. Oh my god, the name of the there's a term that I'm trying to use. Um, oh man, I wish I can remember it. Something hyper camp or something camp. I'm not sure if you guys understand where I'm going with it. You know. Well, yeah, Aisha Spadas, thanks for saying that. Maryland is essentially the whole world. They are the superpower. Yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly, but technically and factually, they are not the whole world. Okay, I agree with you to an extent, but factually and technically, that's not really the truth. Simply because simply because although Maryland is a superpower, yet there is still other civilizations out there, right? There are still other civilizations out there that is not, although Maryland it's like the Babylon or the like superpower and everything, yeah, but there are still people that live in other little countries out there, in other areas, you know, that even the Marylands haven't really subjugated to, right? So, although, he said the word genocide, it doesn't mean, or he didn't mean that he's gonna kill everybody that lives on Earth or, wherever, like the anime world where they live. That's not what he meant. Now, Aisha Spadas, you're kind of right. The Marylands are the superpowers. They are like the world, but technically they are not, because there are still other populations out there. There are still other countries. There are still other nations that are living their lives and doing their thing, and maybe some of them may be partners with the Marylands, right? But the Marylands are their own, right? The Marylands are literally their own, if you know what I'm trying to say. So, him saying word genocide, it's pretty much taking out the Marylands for what they did to him. And I think I missed, or I have missed a little bit of my mind track here, because I was gonna say something before I looked at the comment section. So on the manga, the Colossal Titan, the army, took out this whole place, and not necessarily this, because I saw that boy that stole, the boy that stole Levi's wallet. He died in the process of all of this, and I believe his people, these people right here died as well. And watching the anime right now, I'm hoping that Aiden would take note of these people here and try as much as he can not to, kill them, right? Because on the manga, Aiden just did not care about who he hurts, who is in the way, who, if it is a baby, an infant, a child, infant, you name it, he didn't give a rat's ass. He just marching, stomping through the Marylands. And even though that in the manga, it was a shock, a big, big shock to see all of that. I think the anime, I think, I hope the anime will depict the manga very well during these times, during these destructions. I hope that the anime will do a better, even a better job than the manga, because what happened next, what happened next from here on out, it's not going to look pretty. It's not going to look pretty at all in any way, shape, or form. It's going to be chaos. And I'm hoping that Aiden, seeing these people right here, will take pity on them and not destroy them, right? But moving on to what I was saying, my OBS disconnected for a second and it's back on. So I'm going to continue. So what I was saying initially, the Marylands kind of using people as pawns, right? Because they are smart that way in their own twisted and conniving way. Because most of these soldiers that died here, they are not from Marylands. They are probably the soldiers from other nations. Now, when the Marylands ran, you see, they saw what happened. They don't want to go through that. They don't want to mess with that. They don't want to have anything to do with it. And then they skedaddled. They took off, right? That's the same thing that we're witnessing here. Oh, no, where is it? 1 second. Do you guys see some type of a deja vu, some type of some type of I'm missing the word, man. What's going on with me today? Right? Do you guys see a reference here? Right? The same thing. The same thing, nothing more. The same thing that happened right there when all those soldiers were destroyed and killed. The same thing is happening here. The Marylands goes at the back. You can see everyone at the back here. They are all from Marylands. Now you can say that they did this to kind of demobilize Eren's attacks, or they did it to kind of have Eren powered down, or they did it, I mean, to give them a benefit of a doubt, right? Maybe they did this so that Eren will power down and change his mind and not continue what he was doing, right? To make him think a little, right? That right here, right now, we and the Marylands are fighting together to stop you so that you do not commit this word genocide, right? This word genocide that you're about to commit. We will like you to reconsider what you're about to do, because it's not good, right? You can give Maryland's a benefit of a doubt, but I always see this situation every time the Marylands are fighting. Now, when Aiden sees this, I would like to. I cannot wait to see his next response, like, or his next statement, or his next words. What he's going to say to his best friends. because there is no way, and I mean no way, that he's going to see this and continue to attack them. There got to be a dialogue. There got to be a dialogue. I mean, if no one says, if none of them says anything, Misaka, right? She will definitely say something. She would try to talk to Aiden. And like I said before, Aiden caused all of this because had he maintained conversation or his communications with his friends, this wouldn't have happened. They would have, even though actually, to be honest, will it will it happen the same way if Aiden didn't do what he did and his BFFs came to Maryland like this? Will they second guess their mission when they see all these distractions? Will they change their mind and tell Aiden, I think we've done enough destruction, let's just go home? Or will they see the mission through? Had Aiden not, had he not decide to go alone with Zeke and see his ambition come to fruition? Now, I said before, I believe he did it so that he doesn't put their lives in jeopardy. He did it so that they will stand back and let him do what he needs to do because he understood how dangerous it's going to be. And he understood that the Marylands will not go down easily. And he knows what is involved because it's war, right? It's war. There's going to be casualties. And he knows that if his friends comes with him to the Marylands, or if he tells them too much about his plans, it either two things will happen. It either they're gonna try to talk him out of it, or they won't talk him out of it. They will go to war, and he's gonna lose someone again. And especially after what happened to Sasha, if we remember, Aiden was very, very pissed off about it. He was very mad, even though he didn't really show it in front of everybody. If my memory lane is serving me correctly right now, he was very upset, right? And the girl that shot him is right there. Easy access. Easy access. Easy to get to right now. But not so easy. Because one move from Aiden, all those four Marylands right now, Annie, Falco, and Miss Peak will definitely make sure that they will protect Gabby. Now, at this time, where we are right now on the anime, Gabby has changed. She has changed a bit. She's no longer the same self-centered little girl that she was. And like I said on one of my reviews, I believe episode 25 or episode 23, the review, the episode where Gabby or Annie kind of told Haji, I believe, her story. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I said that yes, it doesn't justify what she did and the amount of people that she killed. And the episode when Gabby said, when Gabby admitted that she killed a lot of people, she massacred a lot of people, whether they did something bad or they didn't, whether they are innocent or not, she massacred a lot of people just to get praised. And we heard Annie say the same thing, that her too massacred, killed a lot of people, infiltrated a lot of civilizations, killed a lot of people just to get praised. just to get praised by their predecessor, or no, not predecessor, just to get praised by either, yeah, that's correct, their predecessor, people that came after, the people that came before them, or to be praised by the leader of the Marylands, right? So um so with all that killing, all that destructions, you know, it didn't justify their upbringing, because for Gabby, she got the love of her mother and father, right? She got the love of her mother, and her mother and her father are still alive. So for her, and again, which kind of, you know, which kind of made her so self-centered, because she haven't seen herself in a situation where she sees someone that she loves so much taken away from her, until when Aiden attacked for the very first time, right? That very first few episodes, or I think the second episode on season 4, part 1, right? When Aiden decided to unleash his rage a bit on Maryland's soil and transformed into his Titan, which took killed a lot of people. And if you watch Gabby's face, yeah, she just cannot believe it. Like, she just cannot understand why this happened to her people. And for a moment there, she never, ever, 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 ever thought for 1 second that this is the same thing you've been doing to other people. This is the same chaos you've been bringing to other people. This is the same despair, Tetsumoshiro, you've been, you know, doing to other nations. You know, even that first time she saw her own people, blood everywhere, limbs everywhere, you know, a lot of deaths and all of that stuff. She didn't learn, she didn't get it at that point. And her rage, her animosity towards the Paradise Island people drove her, and she is good at what she does. They trained her very, very well. I'm not gonna lie, she is well trained. You know, she got herself into the ship and shot Sasha, you know. So but you can see that even though 80%, or if not 90% of the Marylands wanted this, they wanted this fight, they wanted to destroy the Paradise Island so bad. Okay, my OBS disconnected for a second or two, and it's back on. So as I was saying, if you watch Falco's character, Falco, you know, his character is the type of character that he's kind of bell taught for a bit, you know, not really, doesn't really understand why they are doing what they're doing, but has to do it because, you know, there's no other thing to do. And he doesn't want to disappoint his predecessors. He doesn't want to disappoint his leaders. He doesn't want to disappoint Reina. You know, right now he doesn't want to disappoint anyone. So, but at the same time, he's still wondering, why are we doing this? Just like Beltard did. Like, why are we, you know, which is the reason why we always see two sides from Beltard during his time. You know, Raina always have to be there to motivate him to do what he must do, right? To continue with the mission. But Falco, he kind of questioned this whole thing. And during the point, or before Gabby went up to that ship and shot Sasha, Falco said something which I don't remember exactly the way he worded it, right? Exactly what he said to Gabby, right? Before Gabby infiltrated the ship and killed Sasha, Falco said something to her that made her think a bit. But at the same time, Gabby wasn't ready again. Okay, my OBS disconnected again and it's back on. Gabby, during the first part of an Attack on Titan, how can a mere Akuma come to my hometown, come to my world, come to my country and killed my who are you? How dare you? Like, that mentality that was, and they depicted her character perfectly, which was why at least 95% of the watchers and the anime fans hated her so much because of her mentality, self-centered, spoiled and all of that stuff. So she didn't get it then. When she got it was when she found herself in a situation where she is now on the Paradise Island soil. And what's her name again? The girl from the Paradise Island soil, which I forgot, whose name I forgot, could have given her up. They could have ratted her out, her and Falco. But they decided to treat them with kindness. And for someone like Gabby, she just couldn't understand it at the time. I came here to kill this person. I came here to destroy you, and you're being kind to me. Right? You're being so kind to me. How is that? Because she understood that if the table was turned, she will not hesitate to rat those girls or that family out. If the table was turned, she would do it in a heartbeat. So in that moment, her character starts to change little by little. And when the girl found out that she killed someone who she loves so much, like someone who like a member of her family or something like that, but someone who is close to her, the girl got so mad, but at the same time didn't go so mad or get so mad as to kill her or rat her out in that manner. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? So Gabby has come a long way. And as much as I'm saying that, the same thing can also, this whole story, it kind of shows us that there is bad evil. Let me just say it flat out. Let me just say it. There is evil in all of us. When we choose to tap into it, to let it control us, it will do just that, right? There is evil in all of us. If we choose to let it consume us, that's what it does. There is hate in all of us. If we choose to let it consume us, it will do just that. But with all of that evil, despair, hate, at the same time, there is love, there is kindness, right? There is acceptance in all of us as well. If we give into it, it will rule our decisions and what we do. So even though that it seems like the Marylands are like they're just evil and just and all of that, at the same time, the Paradise Island as well, they're not so far from that. Although, okay, my OBS disconnected again and reconnected. So, as much as it seems that the Marylands did a lot of bad stuff to the Paradise Island people, at the same time, like I said before, whatever you are allowed to rule you will rule you and rule every decision that you make and dictate every decision that you make. Because this whole story, the Paradise Island people were the first people to attack the Marylands years ago. But the thing is, the people on the Paradise Island people, right? Because their ancestors were the first to attack, but it's an act of war. But the people that went to the Paradise Island people and gated themselves, created a wall to shield themselves, they didn't do anything. But even though they didn't do anything, what their predecessors, what their ancestors did, it cannot be forgotten by the Marylands. You know what I mean? But people on the Paradise Island people did not wrong the Marylands. But it's just that the whole thing is just messed up, and you can um depict your perspective any way you want to depict it, but at the end of the day, it is just what it is. But this scene right here, where Aiden is looking at his friends in the same proximity, the same close range with his enemy, the people he's fighting for, the people he's trying to protect, and now fighting him. How is he going to see it all? And for Levi, I think Levi just want to get to Zeke. I don't think Levi is so much against what Aiden is trying to do. I don't think so. Not so much. Not as we think. Now, if you think I'm wrong about that, you can let me know in the comment section. But I don't think Levi is so much against it as the others. Levi just wants to get to Zeke. Levi wants to take up his fight with Zeke. Levi hates Zeke so much. So I believe his reason for joining all of this, not only that, okay, Aiden is gonna kill, wipe Maryland's out and all of that stuff. At the same time, I think his motivation is the fact that he wants to take Zeke out. He wants to find Zeke. And there's no way he can find Zeke but to use Aiden to get to Zeke. But Zeke is somewhere else. You know what I mean? He can't get to Zeke right now because Zeke is just in another realm. But due to the fact that he is now put in a situation where he kind of has no choice but to go as a team go, like, you know what I mean, to do, he Levi kind of he is put on the spot. Let me just say that Levi finds himself on the spot and couldn't really do much but to agree to do this. I bet you if Levi and Haji woke up, or if Levi woke up and, or if he, let's just say Aiden, or if he's not aware that Aiden and Zeke were planning on something and he just woke up, he would have sided with Aiden all the way, right? But due to the fact that he heard everything that happened, and he hates Zeke, and he didn't like the fact that Aiden kept to himself. And I think if we remember correctly, on the fourth season, first part, when Levi saw Aiden once again, he punched him or he threatened him. I don't remember now. He threatened him for what he did, for abandoning them and not letting them know what he was going to do, right? So that's what it is. I mean, it's going to be an interesting final arc next year, man. And thank you guys so much for joining me. And I'm gonna wait a little bit if you guys want to add your thoughts and your perspective on this. Yeah, pro gamer, the alliance suck. Yeah, I I agree with you there. The alliance kinda, it's messed up because even at this point in time, the Paradise Island people, which is Amin, Jin, Haji, Connie, Levi, Misaka, they still don't understand that they are being used. To be honest, they are being used. They still don't get it. They are literally being used. But I will commend the Marylands as well for seeking, or for really using the the Paradise Island weakness against them, right? Because they can see the weakness and they capitalized on it, right? But throughout it all, if Aiden hadn't done what he did, if he didn't push the button the way he pushed the button, will there be peace? If he didn't do what he did, will the Marylands come to terms to live in harmony, knowing the fact that the Paradise Island people will live in harmony, right? Would they come to terms to not bother anyone else in the world and just let everyone live in peace and everyone live in unity, right? In unity, but at the same time live in peace, love, acceptance, and all of that stuff. Will they have done it? That I wholeheartedly believe that if Aiden didn't do what he did, I don't think the Marylands will ever come to terms to leave the Paradise Island people alone. Because the Paradise Island people are the only nation, the only people that are still fighting, that are still fighting them. I believe every other nation has been defeated, or any other nation the Paradise Island the Marylands have come to have lost to them, because they don't have access to Titans to fight for them, right? They don't have access to Titans that would defend them, so they were vulnerable. Their little powder guns and cannons won't do anything to Titans. If he didn't do anything, it would be inevitable that Paradise. Exactly. Exactly. I agree with you. I totally agree. If he didn't do anything, the Marylands will never, ever, 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 ever believe that what they're doing is wrong. They will always, consistently, always come after Paradise Island people, even if they attacked and literally decimate them. If there's any civil, if anyone from the Paradise Island people, or if a multitude of groups, or if a multitude on Paradise Island, if they had escaped, it still wouldn't be enough to the Marylands. They will still make sure that they seek that multitude of groups that left to kill them, to finish anyone that to finish them off, their lineage, or their lineage, that to kill them off. So even though I don't like saying it, at the same time, what Aiden did kind of brought everyone together, right? Whatever differences the other nations, although other nations didn't have any problem, but let's just say whatever differences, whatever the issue is, the Maryland is holding on to, which is the reason why they want to kill off the Paradise Island people, whatever it was, at least they will come to terms and reconcile and live in peace, because even though this was going on, when Commander Maggot, when they bumped into Haji and Levi, right? When they were doing their when they had a camp, and they were outside, they light a fire and they were camping pretty much. And even at that very point, after what happened to the Marylands, and seeing that Aiden has awakened his ability and he's gonna use the power of Ymir to attack them, still it didn't change anything. His perspective was still the same. He still discriminated Haji and Levi, and we're calling them names here and there, So what Aiden did, it kind of brought everyone together. He forced everyone to really, really look inward and look at what really, really matters. And look at what really, and again, one might say that it's subjective. What really matters to me may not be what really matters to the next person. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, people are different. Everyone is different. What matters to me may not be what matters to the next person. So it's subjective, right? It's subjective. But from my perspective, What really matters is people loving one another, living together, you know, better communication, better understanding, freedom, and just kindness, man. Kindness, y'all. Kindness, you know, kindness. What he did forced the Marylands to see the wrongs they were doing and come to terms that, the evil we've done has come back to harm us. I believe it's time for us to really look inward and find, find love in our hearts to stop us from, continuously cause evil. Because I said before that, yeah, let's just say that the Marylands, what they did were justified, okay? To the Paradise Island people. Let's just say that the pain they have caused the Paradise Island people from the very first episode, till the fourth season, let's just say that it's justified. Let's just say that. Benefit of a doubt. What about the other nations that didn't have subject of Ymir? What about the other nation? These little nations here that were being discriminated. What about them? They didn't have, because we saw the very first episode on season 4, the first part. We saw the Marylands taking on other nations, and those other nations didn't have titans to fight for them and to defend them. And I don't think that they were any subject of Ymir. And to confirm that, when Aiden awoken the power of Ymir and woke up all those colossal titans, when he connected to all the subjects of Ymir's, whether they were on the Paradise Island or whether they were on the Marylands, I didn't see any face from someone from this nation, the people that were being discriminated on the second part of season 4, episode 12. I didn't see any one of their faces. So they don't have the subject of Ymir. They don't have any titans to fight and defend themselves with, or to defend. They got nothing. All they got is cannon and all of that stuff. So what did they do to the Marylands to decimate their land, subjugate them? What did they do to the Marylands? I don't think they did anything to the Marylands. So, which tells me that there is a problem there. There is a problem there. Because this whole time, the reason why we did not see the Warhammer Titan, the Beast Titan, the Kurt Titan, right? And the Jaw Titan. The reason why we didn't see them until season 3, when we saw Zeke, the Beast Titan. The reason why we didn't see these 4 Titans until season 3, when we started seeing Beast Titan and then, right, the other Titans. The reason why we didn't see them was simply because they were busy decimating other people, other nations that didn't have Titans to defend themselves, or they are not subject of Ymir in any way, shape, or form. That's the reason why we didn't see them, because they were busy. Right? They were busy dishing despairs on other nations, right? So, and again, the reason why we saw the Beast Titan on season 3, the reason why we started seeing him on season 3 was simply because the Paradise Island people got Aiden. And Aiden and his BFFs alone, and the people of Paradise Island people, they are resourceful. Right? They didn't they were resourceful to stand their ground as long as they did, or for they were just resourceful. They couldn't go down without a fight, which is the reason why the Beast Titan had to get involved. And if that had continued, if Aiden didn't decide, you know what, we have to take the fight to them, if he didn't do that, because I'm sure the Paradise Island people were not really aware that there are other Titans out there. I believe the Beast Titan coming in made everything crystal clear that if we don't do something, more will come, right? Because I don't think it was mentioned that there are other Titans out there throughout season 1, season 2, season 3. If I missed it, you can let me know, but I don't think so. So after the Beast Titan and Aiden sees it, damn, like there's more of these things out there. I think it's time for us to go to them and take the fight to them, right? And indeed, there were more. The Kurtz Titan, the Warhammer Titan, and the Jaw Titan, and the beginning of the first part of season 4, the first part, the beginning, the early episodes, they were conversating, they were having a war meeting on how to create a Titan that has wings. Right? Check it out. Go back and watch the first few episodes on the first part on season 4. They were conversating on how to create a Titan that has the ability of flight. Because the other nations that they go to attack has the ability of flight with their war machines or their war airplanes. So without war airplanes, Titans can get to it easily, especially if there's a lot of them, right? And as long as they're on the air, they can just dish out bombs. They can just release bombs on the Titans. So after they saw that, they're like, yeah, that too. Falco dreaming about flying. Yeah, that's right. They were having a meeting on how to create a Titan that has the ability of flight. And Falco himself is already dreaming of flying himself, right? So if anything, although the one that had that Jaw Titan before Falco inherited it, I think he would have given himself up for this test subject. But they were discussing on how, and had they developed it before the Paradise Island attacked them, it would have been over for the Paradise Island people. Ain't no question about it. It would have been over. Because with the ability of flight, they can just decimate. And again, if they create one, they can create others, right? With the power of flight, they can dish out multiple attacks in the air that there is no way or nowhere for the Paradise Island people to run to. Because up there, you can see any little thing that moves on the ground. You could see any little thing that, you can see everything. So, what up, Kurt Jones? What up, man? What up? How you doing, brother? How are you doing? So without, the if it's not that the Paradise Island people attacked when they did, it would have been chaotic for them to survive, or to continue to live their daily lives, right? If Aiden hadn't made that decision, and again, Aiden was the one that came up with it. Aiden Yeager was the one that came up with it, with the idea. If we have to live our lives, if we have to, in order for us to not watch our backs every second, every hour, every minute, every day, every year, right? We have to take the fight to them. Because enough is enough. And the things that triggered all of this is the fact that, amongst everything else that have happened, he almost lost Amin. He almost lost Amin. That verbal fight he had with Levi on who is going to live and who is going to die, that verbal fight he had with Levi towards the ending of season 3, It was what helped to trigger Aiden to be like, you know what? I'm gonna have to, like, something has to give. We cannot continuously fight like this, right? Right? We're gonna have to do something. We have to take the fight to them. And if they didn't, and the Marylands manages to create a Titan that has flight, the ability of flight, oh, I mean, how can they fight? It's like fighting a Titan in front of you and defending yourself, and again having to defend a Titan that is in the air. I mean, how can you even the corp using their swings and their ropes to fly and everything? They cannot get to that attitude to fight a Titan that has the ability of flight. And again, the Thunder Spear will not even get to that kind of Titan. Because if that Titan sees them coming or sees Thunder Spear coming, all he needs to do is to use his wings to deflect it and reflect it back to them. So it would have been a massacre in another level. Because the Thunder Spear will not get to that Titan. And that Titan will rather die than to let any one of them get close to him. And if they decide to build a ship, a flying ship like they did, right? On the first part of season 4, we see the Paradise Island people, they were able to create their own airship. Even if they use airship, it won't do anything because that Titan would just brush it off with ease, right? So it would have been it would have been a massacre in another level. And the Alliance, I don't know. I don't know. It was just something else. But we're going to see what's going to happen because this moment, out of all the moments that we're going to see, this moment right here is what I'm looking forward to. I want to see what this moment is going to look like. You know, looking at, I know for sure that Misaka is going to, or Mikasa is going to try and talk Aiden out of it. Out of all of them, she may be the only one who will get a little emotional about all of it. You know, Amin on the other hand will try. You know, he's gonna be he's gonna compose himself, of course, but it's going to be an interesting concept, an interesting scene and dialogue. You know, on what is gonna happen right here. So if you guys have any question or anything to add, feel free. Yeah, of course. Corey Jones, and yeah, because ain't no way, and I mean no way that the Marylands will be able to defend themselves from here on out. No way. They can, that is too many colossal titans, right? Too many colossal titans to deal with. And you know, even the Alliance cannot handle that many colossal titans. But we're going to see what's gonna happen because I heard that they're going to change things a little bit towards the ending because I didn't like the ending, and I'm sure most of you guys did not like the ending. If you've read the manga, I'm sure you didn't like the way it ended. So I'm really, really hoping that they will change a couple of things here and there. Um, so yeah, exactly. Yeah, even if the Marylands were already developing one and they decide to use it against Aiden, It will not do anything. And you're right. I mean, look at how high Aiden is. We know how tall these colossal titans are, how mighty they are, their height, their size. And then look at Aiden's size. Like, if you're staring at this army, Aiden's army, right? And you're staring and you're looking at it from behind, Aiden's Titan, or whatever he looks like, overshadows these colossal Titan. He literally shadows all of them, right? He shadowed all of them. And we know how high, how tall Colossal Titan is. Colossal Titan is taller than the Armored Titan. You know what I mean? So, yeah, the manga ending was trash. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like the ending of the manga. I'm hoping that there will be a better ending in the anime because it will do a lot of justice. Because if Aiden will survive, right? If he survives in the end, um, I think we're going to it's going to give all of us closure for him to see the amount of destructions that he has caused, and for him to realize and recognize, yes, you've done this to save your people, but at the same time you killed a lot of people at the same time. Maybe he will find peace, right? He will blame himself a little bit. I can't believe I did all of this. Because where Aiden is right now, where his mental state is right now, he is just in another realm, or in another zone that he cannot retreat. He cannot stop what he's about to do. Even if he wants to, because I know he can if he wanted to, but at the same time, he has gone through a lot of trouble to get to this point. He's gone through so much to get to this point. And on the manga, even when the despair was happening, you can still see a couple of Marylands still calling the Paradise Island people Akuma, this, that. I'm actually trying to understand, why are they calling them devils and Akumas? I wonder why. Are you calling them devils because they are fighting to survive? Are you calling them devils because they have a titan to defend them? And because you yourself have multiple titans to defend yourself with. So I'm trying to understand the reason why the Marylands continuously call them devils, Akumas. Why? Because after all of this, I have made the conclusion that they're just saying all of that to justify the evil that they were doing to them. It's just a term to justify the carnage that they have caused to the Paradise Island people. That is just it. Because I don't see where the devil or Akuma term applies to them, because they're fighting. I guess if the other nations that they have attacked and decimated are resourceful to defend themselves and not, subjugate themselves to the Marylands, they would also call them devils. you know, I think they will also call them devils. But yeah. Yeah, it is what it is, man. I hope we get a good ending. A good ending, a better ending, other than the manga, will really do this anime justice. And I hope, my prediction is, if they are going to change things, if Aiden will survive, I hope that he will see the wrong that he himself has done a bit, because even though, he's getting retribution, but at the same time, I hope somewhere in his heart he will feel a little remorseful on the damage he's done, although his actions justified, like, as much as I can see it. right? His actions are justified. But I hope that he will find peace within himself. And again, if he does survive, how is it gonna look? Like, how are they gonna do it? Because the only reason why the war stopped, the only reason why the Marylands survived was because Aiden was killed. The only reason why the war stopped, the carnage stopped on the Marylands, was the fact that Aiden was stopped. That is the only reason. So if he will survive in the end, if they're gonna change a couple of things and Aiden gets to survive in on the anime, how would that look like, right? What's gonna happen? Like how are they gonna do it? And how is he going to revert back to his human body? Because you could literally see what he looks like literally how. And again, if he survives, is he going to still have the power of attacking Titan? Right? Yeah, damage is done, but what happens to his people if he backs down? Exactly, that's what I'm saying too. What happens to his people if he backs down? Well, that is one question. Another question is if he backs down, will he still retain the power of the fighting or the power of the founding titan? Because the way he got it is just mystical. You know what I mean? It's not like, you know, because the way he got his titan, it was through his father. His father injected that serum inside him. Now, the way he got the ultimate power of Ymir, very mystical. Like, you know what I mean? So if he reverts back to his human form, first of all, what is he gonna look like? Will he still retain the power of the ultimate attacking titan? Or is he going to lose it? Right? Is he gonna lose it? And if he loses it, what's gonna happen in the future if he loses that power? Will the Marylands decide to one day to attack them again? Or because if he loses it and the Marylands decides to attack them, Aiden cannot do anything at that point because he has lost that. Although if he still has the power of his normal Titan, he might still be able to put up a good fight. But still, when you have Falco who has gained the power of a Titan, although the first time he transformed, he didn't know where he was. He couldn't really remember anything, and while he was fighting his own people, he's just like Broly, right? The first Broly. So, but when he transforms again, he will kind of keep his conscience, right? So you have the Armored Titan, you have Annie, you have Falco, and you have the Kurt Titan. Four of them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think so too, bro. I think so too. Deep down in their hearts of hearts, I think somehow, some way, they will still wish that maybe not all of them, not all of them, some of them, right? Some of them will still feel like, you know what, maybe we should kill these people once and for all and be done with them. You know, the Maryland people are still going to try to steal that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Of course, they will try to steal that power. They will do anything within their means to get the power. And again, that will cause another war. Oh my goodness. You know what? I would rather aid in losing the mystical power of Ymir at the end of all of this. Because if he still has that ability, if he still has it, you rest assured know that it's going to be a bargaining sale. People will die just for them to be the ones that will keep that power. No, 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 no. I hope they take it away. Right? I hope they take it away. Or they take all the Titans' powers, like take everyone's Titans away. Take it all. Whether if it is the Jaw's Titan, the Kurt Titan, the Armor Titan, Annie's Titan, take it all away, Colossal, because that will kind of keep things evenly. If they do decide to fight in near future, well, they're gonna have to use guns and cannons to do it, right? Because having that ability of Titan, it kind of tips things on the people that has it, tips things to their favor. As you can see, the nations that they have destroyed and subjugated them to do their bidding, they couldn't defend themselves because they don't have any Titans fighting for them. Alrighty, guys, I think this stream has gone long enough. If you guys still want to continue to discuss, you can let me know. And I also want to use this opportunity to let you guys know if there's any upcoming anime that is coming out, because I know it's summer anime is coming. If there's any anime you think that that it's worth watching, you can let me know either on this comment section or anytime. If it is out, let me know and I will check it out. I'm not sure if I will post on my in the community tab and let you guys know if there's any new upcoming anime that you think it's worth watching. But if not, I'm just gonna be doing the Rising of the Shield Hero. All right. So yeah, man. On that note, don't forget to give this video a like. All right, don't forget to like the video. Please like the video, subscribe, share the content, and yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. So stay safe, keep on keeping on.